We have some Mavericks injury news to discuss to kick things off here at Dallas Mavericks Today. I'm Harrison Graham. He's Jeffrey Cooperstein, your normal crew here on this channel. Got to be honest, Coop, when it rains, it pours. The injuries are piling up, and we haven't even gotten to opening night. I don't feel great about where this is headed right now.
Yeah, Jason Kidd met with the media earlier today and informed the people that Jaden Hardy sprained his ankle in practice yesterday, so he's being evaluated. And Josh Green took apparently a very hard fall and hurt his back on that, so he's being evaluated as well. Their status for opening night against the Spurs is in question. I would highly doubt they play Friday against the Detroit Pistons. So, Harrison, when it rains, it pours. It's just not good right now.
Yeah, look, I don't know if any of this is like severe stuff, but like Kyrie's been banged up. I think he's fine, but he's been banged up with the groin. Luka's got a thigh, maybe a calf, a hip. We don't really know what's going on. Jaden Hardy sprained his ankle. Josh Green's got a back issue. It's a big year for him. And by the way, that small forward spot is very much up for grabs.
Yeah.
Like this is not the type of energy and vibes you want going into a critical season after a disappointing season.
It's not good. When you take a look at these five players, I mean, you expect these five guys to be key parts of your rotation coming into this season. And all of them have injuries that they're dealing with even before the year starts. Now, Kyrie, he was a full participant in practice, so it appears that he'll be fine and ready to go. But
we know he misses time.
Yeah, he's going to miss some time at some point in time, and who knows what's going on with Tim Hardaway. Had a hamstring injury, had a little bit of a hurt pride as well. So it's not good right now, and the injuries are just piling up. And my question is, how is it possible that there are this many injuries already before the Mavericks have played a regular season basketball game? What's going on here? Is the reassigning of Casey Smith something to be looked at? I mean, what's going on?
I don't know what to make of it. I mean, do you just chalk it up as bad luck, bad strength and conditioning workouts? I don't know. I don't know what to make of this. What I do know is it's not ideal.
Yeah,
not a
certainly
good situation. If you're Dallas right now, I think really what you need more than anything is just to start playing games, like regardless of who's healthy, who's
Get
not.
on the court.
So people like us have some on-court stuff to talk
No
about
doubt.
because it's just the energy's not in the column you want it in right now. Like positive column, negative column. It seems like it's been leaning this way as of late. I'm not throwing in the towel on the season or anything, but I just don't love the vibes right now. And what do you guys think? How concerned are you about the Mavs injuries heading into the season? Scale of 1 to 10, 1 being not concerned at all, 10 being very concerned.
It's like a 7, man. I mean, it's concerning. There is cause for legit concern, especially with the 5 guys that we mentioned that are injured.
Yeah, I mean, and then look, as long as Luka's dealing with something, that's always going to be a concern. So let us know what you guys think, scale of 1 to 10.
There is some good news, though, and we mentioned it earlier. It seems like Kyrie is ready to go. He was a full participant in practice on Monday and Tuesday. It sounds like he's going to play Friday as well, so he should be ready to go for opening night, barring any setbacks. That's good news, especially given what's going on with Luka right now, that at least one of their 2 superstars will be available.
Do you like playing him on Friday?
Yeah, I do, because I think you have to get him some run and get him ready and get some sharpness in there. So, yeah, I do like playing him. 25 minutes maybe at the max, I think. But
I was going to say like 15.
Yeah, you have to get him out there, I think, a little bit at least.
All right, so that's good news. Kyrie's going to be back in the fold. And look, I know that the energy has been down recently, but if Luka and Kyrie are out there and playing, you're going to have a chance against most teams.
For sure.
That is the good news. And the question is what is the opening night starting 5 going to be? If Luka Doncic is not ready for opening night.
This is what I projected
Dante
as.
Exum time?
I have Dante Exum in the starting lineup. I have it on good authority that Jason Kidd's a big fan of Dante Exum and loves what he's seen in the preseason so far. Derek Jones, as Mark Stein reported earlier this week, has made a jump into the Mavericks rotation, maybe in contention for a starting spot. So I plug those 2 guys in along with Kyrie Irving, Derek Lively, and Grant Williams, who I think are in pen as starters.
Gotta say, this is a tough look. I mean,
there's no question about it.
If Luka's out and you have Dante Exum and Derek Jones in an NBA starting 5 in the year of 2023, that leaves a lot to be desired.
This thing could spiral quick, man. They have to get healthy and get healthy really quick, because if they don't, ooh, buddy, it could be a long season.
Do you think Luka misses opening night?
I I would say no right now, but I don't think it's 100% that he's playing.
Yeah.
It's definitely up in the air. Like I said, Luka's been dealing. He had a thigh thing. He mentioned a hip thing. He has a calf strain. So who knows what's really going on there? It would not shock me in the least if he did not play opening night against the Spurs.
Yeah, and look, I think that opening night's going to be pretty eye-opening with what Victor Wembanyama is going to be able to do, because we're talking about all the injuries. That's on top of you already having major front court issues. So it's going to be interesting to see how it looks early on this season. There's no doubt about it. Now, I'll tell you what, the more than on Victor Wembanyama rebounds opening night, that is a lock.
Gas.
PrizePicks, the place to go for daily fantasy sports. And PrizePicks keeps it very simple and very fun. And the way it works with their daily fantasy sports app is that you pick 2 to 6 players, and if they will go for more or less than their PrizePicks projection, you can win up to 25 times your money. If you do a pick 2, you can win 3 times your money. If you do a pick 6, you can win up to 25 times your money. And Luka Doncic, more or less than 31.2 points per game. What do you guys think? Type M for more, L for less. I think it's going to have to be more with how this team's looking right now. Come play PrizePicks with me. Put Luka's points per game, pair that with something else, go make some money. PrizePicks.com/CLNS. Use our code CLNS to get a deposit match up to $100. At PrizePicks, you're not competing against pros, against sharks, against other players. It's just you against the PrizePicks projections. Get started today. Code CLNS at PrizePicks.com/CLNS. Get you that deposit match. All right, there is a trade rumor out there from Bleacher Report, Coop, suggesting that the Mavs could pull the trigger to go get OG Anunoby. And look, I don't know if you have enough ammunition, but with the question marks at that 3 spot right now and just overall on the wing, definitely not closed off to this idea.
Yeah, I would love OG Anunoby in Dallas. I saw this idea being floated around on Twitter, so I said, let's explore it. You take a look at his last 4 seasons. He's one of the best two-way players in the league. Averaged 17 points and 5 rebounds last year. Very efficient from the field and from 3, and he also has over a steal per game, almost 2, in fact. He is one of the best, very best two-way players in the league right now. If you remember, it was I believe it was last trade deadline, the Raptors rejected 3 first-round picks for him.
Yeah.
So I believe he's on an expiring contract this year, so maybe that changes, but this was the trade idea that Bleacher Report proposed, and I just want to start out and say I don't think this is nearly enough to be able to land OG.
Yeah, look, I think the Mavs have been hesitant to trade to any idea to trade both Hardy and Green, but let me be as clear as I can. If this is on the table, I'm doing it. Like,
in a heartbeat.
I get it, like that makes your rotation a little thinner, but like we've talked about it for months, Coop. Like, who is your go-to? Like, it is a major drop-off after Luka and Kyrie.
You don't know who your third guy is. Is it Grant Williams? Is it Tim Hardaway? You don't know. It might be Derek Lively. I mean, I don't think it is, but who knows?
I mean, in this scenario where you get OG Anunoby, you go Luka, Kyrie, Anunoby, Grant Williams, Derek Lively.
Damn good starting 5.
That's pretty damn good, especially if Lively's just serviceable. And then you still have Tim Hardaway who can play that 6-man role off the bench. You feel a lot better about things than you currently do, where you have injuries and clear question marks in terms of hierarchy after your top 2 guys.
Yeah, I think OG takes this team from a team fighting for the play-in to a locked-in top 6 playoff team. So if it's something on the table, I mean, Nico Harrison would have to consider it, and his advanced stats show even more how really good of a player he is. On catch-and-shoot three-pointers, he's at 40.6%, and catching those from Luka, I imagine that number would only go up. And the deflections is a stat that I really like. He was 3rd in the league in deflections last year at 241, so he's really active on the defensive end. And we know that's Jason Kidd's number 1 priority this season is for the Mavericks to improve there.
Yeah, and that's something the Mavs really chart, is how many deflections you're getting, and OG would definitely help in that area. And, yeah, I mean, look, I don't think a trade's happening before opening night.
Agreed.
But again, we've said it, Coop. 10, 15 games in, if the center thing is alarming, if that wing position's bad, I mean, you got to be proactive if you're Nico, because Luka Doncic is not going to settle for garbage around him.
He's not Dirk.
Now, I'm not saying it's straight up garbage. Like, I think he's going to be a little patient since they were able to bring Kyrie Irving back, but like, it's not like he's just going to play here and play here and play here and underachieve and just deal with that for years on end. Like, you've got to look for ways to upgrade this roster if things look ugly early, which I think is very possible if I'm being blunt.
And if we take a look at this trade idea once again and get your votes in the comments, is this enough to get OG in Dallas? Type Y for yes, type N for no. I don't see that. I don't see Toronto and Masai Ujiri taking this trade. There's just no way. I think it would cost at least another first-round pick and maybe a young player, which frankly the Mavericks don't have.
Would you throw Omax into this deal? Same deal, throw Omax in?
If OG agreed to an extension, yeah, I would. I'd put Omax in the deal. I'm not sure that Anunoby would agree to an extension, giving the uncertain future around Luka. But yeah, if that was a possibility, I would do it.
Yeah, Y for yes, N for no. Let us know what you guys think. All right, that's going to do it for Dallas Mavericks today. We just need hoops to get here. If the Mavs play opening night and win, I'll feel a lot better about
no
things.
doubt. 8 days away from opening night, preseason game on Friday. We are almost there, ladies and gents.
And we're going to be live for the opener.
We'll be there.
San Antonio. We're not going to be live for the final preseason game, but next Wednesday we will be live. So subscribe, join us. We're fired up to be here. We'll see you guys soon here on Dallas Mavericks Today.